Hello and welcome to a new video. Today, as you can tell, it's a bit different. We're doing something that isn't a Let's Play, and we're doing something from Mixer. I've now gone into Mixer because I like the lack of latency over what you get on Twitch. So if you want to go and see these videos live, join my Discord, link is in below, and I'll be posting and then at everyone whenever I go live. At the minute, I'm live at 1 in the morning, nearly 2 in the morning, but when I have some viewers coming in, I'll be doing it at reasonable times. So, this is only for today and yesterday. I'm going to be doing this more reasonably. So what we're doing today is, what we're doing today is I've downloaded an old map of mine, the one that I started on the Xbox 360 edition of Minecraft, and we're going to have a look at it and see what I built and all the things that me and my friends did. I'm going to try and remember as much of the world as possible. I'm going to go through the city, the town, whatever you want to call it. So first of all, I'm going to have to just point this out. I am in creative mode because it's quicker. This is a house that we started building, and it wasn't even a house; it was a tower. We just never finished it. We didn't even give up. We just got bored and didn't do it. So, yeah, we were 13. Okay, and that is the time scale. And this was 2010, 2011. So we were 13, 14 years old. So yeah. So, this is the town, and there's a whole lot to see and to look at. And for some reason, squids are drowning. Let's not pay attention to that. So, when you enter the town, you take a left here and you meet the very first house that I built on creative mode. And it's fucking ugly. I mean, it's not even even. I mean, I think this side is 8 across and then that, or 9 across, and that side is like 8 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. And as well as that, the pattern just repeats all the way through the building, so it's an incredibly boring building. And then at the top, there's not even any furniture. It's terrible. But you know, that was the very first house that we built on creative, and then I built a farm kind of area that I never did anything with. So yeah. So if you see some things in the distance that you want me to talk about, I will bring them up. I am going to be going through absolutely everything that I can think of. And so here we approach my very first house. This is the very first house I built on this game. Can you tell? Can you tell by how simplistic it is? No, seriously. This was the very first house I built in this game. Don't know what things I've got in here. I've got bones, I got iron stuff. I mean, we did put a ton of hours into this world back in the day. It was me and a couple friends, which I will be mentioning as we go along when I show you each building. I'm going to start over here with one guy that I do not remember the name of. This was his house. He got into trouble with the other people who were playing, and they decided to destroy it, which would be why all of this is like this. And we just never fixed it, because every time we'd fix it, someone would break it, and it was just wasn't worth the effort. And so now if we go back this way, we got the tower. I don't remember who built the tower. It was one of my friend's friends, but they built the tower just so that they could build a tower, and just show that they could build a tower, from what I know. So that's what I got to say about that one. Because it's all I can remember. And then over here we have the ugly ass poo looking house, but first, the grand tower. And this one, it's quite large. Got a bedroom here. It's not too extravagant. Just one of these floors has a nether portal on it. Yep, there it is. I don't know why we put it in there, but it was just in there when I was coming through here. I was recording this video the other day, and then because I'm new to Mixer, which is, like I said, the program I'm using. Oh man, this is really fucking ugly. Because I was using Mixer, I forgot that you have to enable streams to automatically save, so my stream didn't save. So I lost all of that footage. All 40-50 minutes of me going through this down. I can probably do it quick in his stamina because I'm not getting as lost. So, yeah, top in the tower. And then a great big effing fall. I can never make it through 1x1 blocks. So annoying. Can I get finished quicker if I fly? No. Okay. New solution. Woohoo! Okay. Over here, we have a house that I was testing out the new jungle blocks with when the jungles were added. And I couldn't come up with a design that I liked. I mean, look at this. It's so ugly. So ugly. And then this here is a house that I built my cousin. So this is my cousin's place. And yeah, I mean, it's got a lamp. It's got a bed. It's got a sofa. It's got a balcony with all these wooden bits up so that creepers couldn't walk in and blow them up. I'm a nice cousin, I swear. Apart from one of the times that I bullied my cousins. But to be fair, we all bullied each other. We were all pricks when we were younger, so that's my defense. And then over here we have my cousin's original house. I believe this was my cousin's house. I really can't remember. I remember someone building it and I was being like, this is awful. And yeah, it's awful. So, you know, but we, like I said before, we were kids, so I'm not going to shit all over my cousin for it. And this is the dog kennel. The dogs are gone. I don't know where they are, and they're probably dead, but I honestly just do not know. I don't know what that is. A lot of people were playing on this server. I think there was like 6 or 7 of us at one point. This is the shop. Originally, this server, when we were hoping, well, I was hoping that one day I'd be able to port this save to a public community server for my YouTube channel, because I was still doing YouTube back then as well. All those videos are gone, by the way. They are obliterated. They're all gone. Never showing any of those videos because I can't show them because they're gone. I don't have them. But I wanted to make this town a place where you could have someone who wanted to play as a trader, so they could sell things and, you know, just like fill their own stuff in, and then you got free like dirt blocks and shit that nobody needed. You know, it was just a nice little idea, and it never went to fruition. And then we had this where you could rent houses from me, the mayor, or like the owner of the town. And we were going to have elections to have like new town owners. So if people didn't like the way that I set the rules and the laws of the town and what you go to prison for, people could revolt against me, and they could have a referendum to have a new vote and decide whether or not I'm still going to be in charge. Which, quite frankly, would have been an awful idea. And then this here is a defense area where if anything ever, if invading players from another town decided to come and blow our town up or attack us, this was like a defense place to hide out and to snipe from. Snipe, I mean shoot bow and arrows. What we got over here? We got the pawn shop. And the pawn shop is completely unfinished, but I do like the design here. I quite like that because it looks like there's pipes going through and it's all ventilated, and I like the looking at it. It looks cool. And this was another house you could rent? Oh no, I think this is just a friend's house. Yeah, nothing too special. Over here we have the butcher, home of Gravel the Butcher. Who's Gravel the Butcher? I don't fucking know. I honestly have no idea who Gravel the Butcher is. It's just something that I built, and I came up with the name Gravel. And yeah, I'm not the hardest working or smartest person on the planet. I wonder what that's all for. Oh. I don't know why that's there, but I guess that's a part of the original design, so let's not screw up the map. Over here, we had my friend CJ, I think. It could have been someone completely different. I really can't remember. I think CJ had multiple houses. That was definitely done creative. Yeah, it's just a nice basic house and doesn't have a bed because he moved out in his house at some point. And then over here, we have the kitchen where you can go into your cupboard, go into your shelves, go into your refrigerator, and have a sit down. And then over here, you have my ugly ass iron house, and it's so white you'd think a white supremacist owned it because he hates anything that isn't the colour white. Oh no, he does have yellow things in there, which means he might have a thing for Asians. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a nice little house. Now back to the tower, we have my house even. This was my original house where I had 2 dogs. and an ocelot. But I had two dogs. There was Benny and Shen, like Wei Shen from Sleeping Dogs, because I loved that game. I've 100%ed that game. Just haven't gotten all the achievements yet. I may reinstall that and go through some achievement hunting on a video one time. But yes, that was my house, and yeah, it's alright. This was CJ's house. I can't remember if this was the first one, but we built it together. It's alright. It's not too bad. It's alright. And then over here, we have the... What the fuck is this? Oh yeah, and this is ugly because it was done on texture packs. But essentially that was meant to be like a rocket station or something for when they eventually added rockets in the game, which they never did. There is a mod where you can build a rocket, but you know, that's not on 360, was it now? This was another house that we built. I think I failed to show this one off last time. Completely made out of glass. I wanted to experiment and see what a house made of glass with a glass floor would feel like, and all I could come up with was it'd be very unfortunate to want to have a wank in this house if you lived with a family of 4. So wank with precaution is what I would say. Over here we have the minor jail, like the sheriff's station, the holding cell kind of thing, where you just get hold in there for being a bad boy, and that's about it. Then we have the blocks. I totally didn't break one there and break one there and break one there because I'm smart. That's meant to be a boat or something, I'm not sure. That's meant to be a boat. This was meant to be this was a test. I was experimenting with different kind of blocks, and I was experimenting with, could you make an elevator with water and it was safe to use and convenient? The answer was no. And then we have the community swimming pool. Yep. We have another house where I was experimenting the way that I build with different kind of blocks. Again, not even because I didn't count it. And yep, just as ugly. Over here we have the Castle Brutal. Because my name back in the day was Brutal Kid 1997. Because I was born in 1997. And I was a big fan of Brutal Legend. So Brutal, and I was under the age of 15. Under the age of 15, which I considered being a kid. I consider being 14 years old as being a kid. At least back then. I think 14 years now, you're technically a teenager. But yeah, it's just a little tower, this bit, so not really all that special. You got a decent view now. Not that great, because blocks, but, you know, the effort was put in. So, over here is the main castle. So, down here we have the jail cells. This is where we're going to dump players who are misbehaving. So, in level 1, you got people that are trespassing. If you were going into people's houses without permission, you get put in there. If you stole from other players, you attacked other players or set people's houses on fire, you get locked in here. And if you go around killing random players and just overall being a dick, get put in there. And now in the main castle, this was meant to be a castle, but it ended up being a courtroom. So this is where I and the judge would sit, where the defense would sit, and where the prosecutor would sit. Where would the suspect go? The accused would go. The defendant, I don't know. The defense would go in there, but I don't know when the defendant would go because I didn't. I was a kid. And yeah. Jury. And that was only because I was playing Phoenix Wright at the time, which, by the way, in the trilogy is fantastic. Give it a go if you've never played Phoenix Wright, because it is more than worth the money. Over here, we have when the Pistons update came out, which should tell you how old this build of the game is. Other than my first house being way down there doing on the very first edition of the 360 version. But this is when the Pistons came out, and I remember being like, whoa, what's the point in this? And I still don't quite get the point of Pistons, other than to make a cool looking door that I can trade through. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Next, we have my attempt at doing a house with Pistons. Not too bad. And then horrible ugliness because my cousins decided to fuck about in it, and you know, it wasn't a great looking house in the first place. My cousin made it 10 times worse. To my cousin, I apologize for shitting on you so much during this video, but you did fuck up a lot of my world. And then over here we have me experimenting with wool because coloured wool was coming in and beds and it's crap. And then we had a house over here. Now this was originally a snow biome, an ice biome, but because of the update, the updates in the game, the map size had to be made bigger, and so new biomes had to be placed, and the ice one got replaced by a jungle biome. So that's why there's snow, because this used to be an ice biome. So, if we go over here, and this was CJ's third house, where he had a TV and shit, and it's just shit. You know, like, again, you know, it's you know, we were young. We weren't great in this game. We weren't very good. And then over here we have my attempt at a castle. I think, or my cousins. I really can't remember. One of us built this ugly ass thing. But, yeah, in this one, there's not a whole lot to it. So, yeah, it's really not that special. And I think that is the entirety of the town. We were experimenting with TNT here. We were writing things out, like incredibly deep things such as LOL. Incredibly deep things such as a backwards E, an M, an upside down W, an O, a J, and a P. What does that mean? I think we were inspired by the Russians. I think Vladimir got to us. I don't know about this building. I think that's just for protection from sunlight because we're all pale bastards. And I think that's it. I think that is the world for the most part. Because I don't know what anything else is other than the TARDIS, which got burnt down. Now, if I can find a picture on Facebook of it, it was the most horrible looking TARDIS. It was not even close to being correct. And then we burnt it down because it was so ugly. So, yeah. And I think... Oh, yeah, and that's why I went for the on-rail achievement. Because I wanted to get that gamer score. Because I do achievement tracking. And I've been jumping through the Minecraft on PC and Minecraft on Xbox trying to get achievements. So that's what I've been up to for the last couple of days on Minecraft. Is just achievement hunting. And I've gotten nearly every achievement. I'm just stuck on a couple. But yeah, you can see where my last attempt was, so yeah. And that is it. That is when this world actually ended, because as you can see here, and there's a fine line, that's because that was the edge of the world back in the day. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting, or at least weren't so bored that you clicked off within the first couple minutes. But thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to see more of my content, check out the channel, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, you know, check out the channel if you want, it's up to you. And if you want to see me live, link below, follow me in Mixer, and I will try and get a schedule going when I have a good amount of viewers coming in. So, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. This doesn't really work as a cinematic thing because I can't remove my webcam, so just imagine my webcam isn't here. This is taking a really long time. There we go. Wonder what's down here. Whee!
Hey, Vsauce! Michael here.